Guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am Milk and this is Milk Astrology, and today we're going to be doing all about Aries. Or no, why do I keep saying all about? Like, my old series from like last year was all about the zodiac signs, and now every time I like start this series, this whole time I've been starting it with all about, but it's not my all about series. This is my very things that social media gets wrong about zodiac signs. So Aries, the first thing that people get wrong about Aries is that people say they're impulsive, I guess. They always say that they're like action-packed oriented. They're always like skydiving or bungee jumping or just doing like wild stuff 24/7, and that couldn't be further from the case. And I'm not saying that like Aries are these lazy, like, you know, people, but I think that they're more homebodies than I think people like to admit for some reason. I don't think I've met an Aries that doesn't like to chill a lot of the time or just like be in their home. I think that they can get overstimulated very quickly, and they get overwhelmed by that. So I think it's easy for them to kind of spend a lot of time in the home just recharging, and I don't think we talk about that at all. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not saying that like Aries doesn't like to go and do things. I think they're definitely very active and they like to do things a lot, but they really value and need that like home time, and I don't think that we really talk about that because I never see that. The second stereotype that we say about Aries is that Aries is selfish, because Aries is ruled by the first house, which is the self. I get like really annoyed by this because I feel like, again, this is lazy astrology. It doesn't make any sense. I don't feel like people who say this have really been on an Aries that much, because Aries people, yes, they're self-motivated and they're self-focused in terms of like they mind their business. Like, they're not always in like the drama, they're not always like bothering with the other people and what they're doing, whereas like a lot of other signs could easily be seen as more focused on other people. Aries is just focused on themselves, and I mean that in the sense that they're not like worried about what you're doing. I feel like, and we took that and we just made that something that it wasn't. I feel like now people are saying that Aries, like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, Aries is just not going to worry about you and just always be out for themselves, and that's not the case. I feel like when an Aries has like a family member or a loved one or anyone really like that looks like they're in distress or looks like they are in need of something, Aries is the first person to sign up and out of the way to give them the shirt off of their back. They will go broke for you. They don't really care about material things. They're not super materialistic as a zodiac sign, so they're very quick to just give you anything and not really worry about it because they're not focused on material items or possessions. I feel like they're very just focused on like the bonds they have with people and like the experiences that they share with people. And so because of this, I think they're very quick to constantly like jump in front of a gun for someone. Like, they're the person that will take a bullet for you, like sacrifice themselves for you, like go out of their way for you, because they're just very focused on their sense of not focused on themselves in that way. Like, if someone is in need, even if they see someone on the street going through something, they will like stop whatever they're doing and just make sure they're okay. They're very in the moment. That's the word I was looking for. They're very in the moment. So because of this, they're not thinking about repercussions of, you know, helping someone out. They're not thinking of these things because they're just thinking of how they can be of service to people. And we don't talk about that enough. At the end of the day, Aries is the kind of person that really just wants to go out of their way to make sure people are okay. And I think they're very focused on like the human connection and human experience versus like hang-ups over like minor details. Aries usually often doesn't even focus on the minor details or details at all for that matter. And I think that's where we like kind of associate them as being like impulsive, but I don't really see that as the case. I think it's just that they are focused on what's going on immediately to them, and I think they're very quick problem solvers because of that, because they're always just trying to think of what is the fastest way to remedy things, to take care of things, to go from A to B. And I don't think they get caught up in bigger picture things, which is often why they get taken advantage of in a lot of situations or can be incredibly naive. But we also don't talk about that enough. I feel like we just kind of reduce them to these like impulsive, selfish, loud people, and then a lot of the content online about Aries is just this obnoxious person that's in the corner of the room like shouting, I guess, and it's just not at all any experience I've ever had with an Aries. Now, don't get me wrong, they can definitely be loud and annoying, with what sign can't be. Anyways, overall, that completes this video. I'm sorry that it is brief, but you know, I talk very fast. So make sure to hit that notification bell on if you enjoyed this. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you thought that it related to you. If you didn't think it related to you, just lie to me and give me a thumbs up anyways. Comment below and tell me what you think about this video. If you felt like it resonated with you, if you felt like I was wrong, tell me why I was wrong. And I will see you in my next video. Should I stop falling for me?